I turned around, just jumped into action.
Today, split-second decisions that saved lives. These people did something that you need to see when faced with the unexpected.
The 5 things you need to know to save a life.
You saved my children from being motherless.
Plus,
We've all done it.
surf the web to self-diagnose. We have 5 clicks to a better health search. Today, the premiere of the Dr. Oz Show. It's time for you. Coming up next.
We'll save lives today. You guys ready to get healthy? Welcome to season 7. It's wonderful to be back. Get comfortable. After 7 years on the air, my team and I realized the single most important thing we can do is cut through the clutter and get you the most reliable information for your health. Because we know that the right information at the right time can change, sometimes even save lives. So nothing's more important to me, because anytime, anywhere, any one of you could be called on to help a stranger or a loved one. In fact, today's entire show was inspired by a woman I had read about this summer who did just that. Now, you may have read about her as well. She's all over the place. Aisha is her name. She's a transit worker who saved a life while on the job here in New York. She says what she learned from the show gave her the confidence to help others. And it turns out it's not the first time she'd saved someone. That same week when the article came out, she comforted a woman contemplating suicide and got her to safety. And that's why today's show is so important. You can channel the superhuman in you. We all have it, because knowledge is power. Today, we dedicate the show to Aisha and some other amazing real-life superhumans you're about to meet, including a 5-year-old who walked about a mile, think about that, barefoot, to save her family after a serious car accident. And to make sure you know what to do in an emergency, we've got the 5 things you need to know to save a life. Plus, since I know when you're not watching me, you're all online out there, we're going to give you your own tools to cut through the clutter so you know what you can trust. But first, I want to start off with Aisha, my personal superhuman hero. Where is she? I know she's in the audience somewhere. There she is. Oh, my goodness.
So nice to meet you.
You know, when I read the article, I was sitting at breakfast, and I got goosebumps down my spine. I mean, you touched my soul. It means so much to me when folks just get comfortable in their own skin, enough that they can actually help save somebody in ways I could never have contemplated. So take us back. What happened?
That day, there was a man coming down the stairs, and I didn't hear him, actually going through the emotions, but I heard him at the floor. I turned around and immediately just jumped into action, grabbed him, turned him on his side. He was in a pool of blood.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Took his briefcase, put it under his head real quick, just to get enough air. Learned it from you.
Well, you kind of say that, but I actually want to know. Today's about superhuman heroes of mine. How is it you go from being someone who's doing your job well to someone who's willing to step out and be special and be different? Because you can take knowledge and make it part of your life.
Because it can happen to any one of us. So you have to make sure that in a time like that, what would you want someone to do for you?
Yeah. So you signing autographs now?
No, but being recognized, yeah.
You like that?
Just a little bit,
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you. So nice.
Thank you very, very much. All right. The fact is, any of you can save a life, like my next guest who found himself on the right street at the right time.
It was a beautiful day at the beach, and I was heading out on a bicycle ride when I noticed a woman laying down on the sidewalk with a crowd hovering around her. I knew something was wrong, and I went over to assist. With my cell phone out, I asked if anybody had called 911. They already had, but I knew something had to be done because I noticed that she took a large gasp of air. And then nothing. This was a moment when you know that you have to take action, and by not taking action, you'll only regret it for the rest of your life. You've got to jump in and be engaged in the moment right then. So I started to do compressions, and it's very important that you do it in rhythm. 100 compressions a minute, 9, 10, 11, 12, I got the crowd to chant with me. So everybody is in rhythm, in sync with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what seemed like hours was only a few minutes before the paramedics came and whisked her away, leaving me to wonder, what happened to this woman?
I've got David here with me. How do you stay calm and focused with that kind of intense pressure?
I was in the moment. I'm that kind of person who is just totally committed and focused on somebody that's in trouble, laying on the ground. It was screaming out for my help to go over and see if I could get involved.
So when was the last time you saw Jessica?
When I was doing compressions and I cracked a rib.
Oh, you broke a rib?
Yep, and I kept going. I knew that I had to keep the circulation going to her brain, keep oxygenating her brain, because she was fibrillating.
Yeah. Let's just focus on this a second. You break someone's rib when you're saving their life, does it matter? No, keep saving their life. Don't feel badly about a rib that will get better in a couple weeks. Worry about the person who'll be there or won't be there because of you. So last time you saw her was doing chest compressions, huh? Do you know how she's doing?
I've texted her a few times. She's doing better.
So actually, I want to comfort you a little bit because not only is she doing better, she's actually here. And she's been here the whole time.
Oh my God!
She's right over there. You haven't seen her ever, but there she is. Just come on up, Jessica.
Oh my God, this is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for making the trip. Oh my God, I didn't expect this at all.
You're my hero.
Here, come have a seat over here. Let's talk a little bit.
Thank you.
Come on, Jess. So since you've actually never met face to face, Jessica, and you now have an opportunity to express
with your
yourself.
eyes open.
That's right. Never heard that before. So what do you have to say to him?
I just want to tell you, you're my hero. You saved my life. There's really no words that can really express what I'm feeling, but you saved my children from being motherless, and that is everything, because they're too young not to have their mom.
Exactly.
So what would you say to someone right now sitting at home thinking, should I bother learning CPR or not?
Do it. Do it. If you arm yourself with knowledge and skills, when you're confronted with a situation like this, you'll be more compelled to take action and save somebody.
Did she say it right?
Absolutely, Neil. Oh, I'm just so surprised. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. It's just so wonderful to see you. Oh my God.
You.
All right, I'm proud of both of you. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, next, you too can have a superhuman moment to make a difference in someone else's life. It's the 5 things you need to know to save a life. Stay here. This week on Dr. Oz, Tuesday, what Creed frontman Scott Stapp battled that affects millions.
18 years of suffering and fighting against something that I had no idea could be treated.
Wednesday, interesting new energy boosters. I'm gonna try the newest energy fad, caffeine e-cigarettes. Thursday, how to detect a concussion. You can actually have one and not lose consciousness. And Friday, the planet takes you from burnout to back on track. This week on Dr. Oz. Today's show is all about giving you the right information to change or even save a life. Because every one of you, that's right, you sitting right there, every one of you has the power to do it. So this season, I'm going to be teaching you 5 things you need to know to save a life. We're going to cover choking, right? How do you save someone who's choking beyond doing the Heimlich maneuver? There's this life-saving 5 and 5 rule. There's also water rescues if someone's drowning. And how do you escape from fire? What about if someone's fallen and they're bleeding? How do you minimize that? And we're going to start today with CPR. Now, you just heard how it can turn you into a superhuman, and here's why. Your own hands can keep blood flowing to this organ right here. Now, I got to say, I love this organ. Look how sexy it is with those curves. You guys think she's sexy? I mean, God, it's just the best organ. That's why from the moment I saw this heart, I decided I wanted to be in the heart business. I was going to spend my life taking care of hearts. It's no wonder it's the most poetic of organs. It's like a python in our chest, coiled up, pumping blood to all those beautiful organs like the brain and the lungs. And to prove that anyone can learn the superhuman power of keeping this beautiful baby alive, I'm gonna just pick a random person from the audience and make sure you know how to do CPR so everybody at home can know it as well. So let me put some hands up there. Who wants to learn how to do CPR? Oh, go. I'm gonna go with you, because you got the face of someone who wants to learn. Come on over here. Come on down. What's your name?
My name is Cheryl.
Cheryl. And what do you do for a living, Cheryl?
I'm a secretary.
You're a secretary. And you know how to do CPR?
No, I do not.
Yeah, but
It's a shame.
Yeah, but you did something really important. It might be a shame you don't know now, but it's really important that you put your hand up when I ask who wants to learn. That's a big step. So we'll just walk through a scenario, and then we're gonna go through this because you can figure it out today, and it's super, super easy. Okay? Here, you know what? Hold that mic for 1 second. I'm gonna put this little gown on you.
Oh, nice.
Because you're gonna have to truly be able to assist me, you need to have the right wardrobe. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So let's say, come on over here, you're walking down the street, okay? And you notice that there's a woman walking opposite you, right there. And as she's walking, she's sort of wobbly a little bit, maybe off balance. She's rubbing her chest. There's something not quite right about her, right? And you begin to think, what's going on inside that woman? Let me show you medically what we think's happening. Inside her chest, where she's rubbing, there's actually this heart, that beautiful, sexy heart I talked about earlier, right? And that heart's pumping in there, literally coiled up and springing into action, pumping blood. But inside the heart, there might be a plaque that is developed. And that plaque may have developed over years, who knows? But right at that moment in that park, a little bit of that plaque begins to peel off and rupture. See it right there? And it cracks. Your body wants to heal that area, so it puts a scab on it. That happens really quickly. It doesn't happen over months, it happens over minutes. So now that you have that scab in there, something very important begins to occur as you're walking. Your heart begins to feel pain. And it begins to slow down, and sometimes it'll start to quiver, not even pump blood at all. And that's a big issue, because when the heart's like that and unable to pump the blood, it causes you to collapse because your brain's not getting any blood anymore. And this is an issue. As she's lying there, you've got to make a split-second decision, because we know that inside of her, that heart has stopped pumping blood. That's why she collapsed. And because it's not pumping blood, it's not pumping nutrients to the brain. And you literally have minutes, 5 in particular, to make sure it doesn't turn gray like that, because that doesn't get better.
Okay.
So the question is, what are you going to do first? So if that happened in front of you, what would happen? What would you do?
I think I'd call 911 first.
Very, very good.
Okay.
Please don't understand. Everyone sort of it's an obvious. That's a big deal, because without them coming, a lot of the tools you'll need won't be there for you. All right, so you're going to call 911.
Okay.
She's lying on the ground. What do you do then?
I don't know.
You don't know. Let's deal with that right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to just pretend this is the ground here. I built you a little model. I've got a couple audience members over there who are going to do this with us as well, because I want to show that everybody that it's so easy to do, and you'll never forget it again for the rest of your life after today.
Okay.
We have changed how you do CPR in America to make it easier for everybody to do.
Great.
Okay, so forget everything you've ever heard about CPR. There's only one rule that really matters now, and we're going to go through that. Okay, so you've called 911.
Okay.
She's already lying down, so get her on a flat surface.
Okay.
Right? And make sure you get above her. So
Okay.
if you're above her like this, there are a couple things that you can do that are pretty straightforward. First of all, you can get over her.
Okay.
I'll demonstrate first.
Okay.
Please, my audience members, join along with me. You're gonna put one hand on the sternum, that chest bone. Everyone feel your chest bone between your breasts. So put your palm of one hand there, and then put the other hand, interlock it like that, just to give you some stability, and then get over the person.
Okay.
Okay? So let me see you do it.
So I'm going to go over the top,
Yep.
bring it on like this.
Yeah, put your shoulders over her more,
Over.
arms straight, elbows straight. That way you're locked and you have a certain amount of. Now watch what's happening. As soon as you do that, you begin to push blood. Oh my goodness, that was good. Push blood right up to the head. Keep going, everybody. Now, the question then becomes how forceful and how much. Don't worry about the force. Remember, David broke a rib. Didn't matter to him, did it? He
No,
kept going.
'cause- yeah.
Okay, you keep going now. And the
Okay.
rate you want to go at is 100 pushes a minute.
So you just keep pushing.
Yeah. Now, you ever hear the song "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees? Remember that song? All right.
Possibly dance to it a few times
Babe
too.
dance. We're gonna dance to it right now and save some lives. So this time you help me. You clap it out.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Yeah. You got the rate? Yeah. And you do that rate the right way, not too fast, not too slow. It gives the body enough time to get that blood. And you can do this for a long time until the paramedics finally get there and can save the life together with you. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we talked about paramedics. You all clear on this? That was much better the second time around. Remember, you can all learn CPR, but you can't learn it in 5 minutes the right way. So I've asked my friends at the West Hampton Township Emergency Crew from New Jersey to come in today. You're very spiffily dressed, by the way.
Thank you.
Much better than the last time I saw you. Because I actually happened to run into them. I was over the summer driving on the Jersey Turnpike, which is where I live. And when I got to their township, I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was a car that had spun out. And thankfully, you guys came almost immediately, and were able to help these young people. There were 2 young people who were involved in the accident. So my new buddies have volunteered. They're going to teach you all with a full tutorial on how to do CPR. It's going to be online at droz.com. You have the right information when you have this tutorial, and then you'll be prepared, and you will save a life, probably of somebody that you know. Up next, a story of survival that you have to hear to believe. I want you to find out how a 5-year-old superhuman saved her mom and baby brother after a serious car accident that left them stranded in the woods with no help. Be right back.
Later in the show,
I did the saran wrap thing. Coffee enemas.
You smell like coffee a little bit.
you gotta hear this.
Earwax.
It definitely works.
It's the craziest health advice we have ever heard.
Don't try to act like you never taste earwax.
Coming up.
There's that nagging fear all of us parents have. If your child found themselves in a dangerous situation, would they know what to do? Well, kids can surprise you. Even a 5-year-old can be a superhuman.
It is a day I will never forget, and I am still astounded at what happened. We were driving back from vacation through the Canadian Rockies. A drive I'd made many times before. Just myself, my 5-year-old daughter Lexi, and my newborn son Peter. I put on soothing lullaby CD so that the kids could go to sleep. I myself started to nod off. I remember one time my eyes shutting and I thought, okay, we've got about 15 kilometers to go before the next rest stop. And then I must have just dozed off. We went 40 feet down at a highway speed through trees and gravel and a 400-foot embankment. Every airbag was off. The whole dashboard was pushed forward into me. The front of the vehicle took the impact on a tree and knocked me unconscious. Lexi woke up to the sound of her baby brother crying.
And Mommy was asleep.
She tried to wake Mommy up.
She never woke up.
She decided that she better go get help.
Because I love them.
Got herself out of her 5-point harness all by herself.
I undid it.
The heavy airbag was down. She said she had to push that out of the way.
And I have to kick open my door.
And then she hiked up the embankment.
Climb a mountain.
Barefoot up the 40-foot embankment to the highway and then waved down a vehicle.
I flagged down 2 people.
I had broken my back in 4 spots. I had significant internal bleeding, needed to have my spleen removed and other organs repaired. Peter had undergone neurosurgery to alleviate swelling of his brain. But miraculously, Lexi had nothing but a scratch. Everyone who helped us that day, police, fire, medics, the good strangers that helped rescue us, everyone just was astounded at what Lexi had done. People said straight out, your family is alive today because of your little girl. Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes, and Lexi was our superhero that day.
Lexi, Mama Angela, Dad Travis, and baby brother Peter are all here. It's pretty emotional to watch that, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah.
He's not answering.
What do you think, man?
Well, he was there, but Dad, you weren't there, I guess.
No. I was at work when I got the call.
Take me back to what's going on in your life right now. And I want to come, obviously, full circle on this, but it's difficult to watch that, I bet.
Yeah.
And how you doing?
Yeah, I'm regaining strength. I'm still in a lot of significant pain, but getting stronger every day and awaiting probably another surgery, back surgery.
And Travis, how's Peter doing?
He's pretty good. A little scary times at first, a couple times that his head is swollen up again, but as soon as it comes, it goes back away. And
so your wife, from what I understand, was half an inch of an injury away from being paralyzed.
Yeah.
Obviously, could have lost everybody without Lexi.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so proud of her.
Mm-hmm. So you started teaching her how to save lives when she was 4 years old.
Yeah.
Why would you guys start doing that? What got you into that mindset?
Yeah, I had seen an episode about the Sandy Hook school shooting. And on that episode, it said that this little boy, 6 years old, he survived because his parents had told him what to do in that situation. And so, for instance, we taught her about the smoke alarm. And so we found this meeting spot at the end of our driveway, and we said, you know, if the smoke alarm goes off, you don't look for mommy or daddy, you just head outside. Well, middle of winter, we live in northern Canada, middle of winter, I burned dinner. She's out at the end of the driveway, like so obedient.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because she's smart.
Yeah.
This is the mom. You know, this whole show is about giving people the right information, no matter what age they are, so they can make a difference. And with kids, we often try to shelter them from things that we don't want them to even think about, but it's our anxiety we bring to the conversation. If we're just open about it and very factual about it, it works. So Lexi, if I can steal you from your brother for a second. I know Peter's enjoying your hand over there.
He loves his sister.
Everybody in this audience right now thinks that you're pretty amazing. Do you know why they think that?
I saved Mommy and Peter.
Because you saved Mommy and Peter. That gets a fist bump. I want to ask you this question because I got to say, I don't know if this comes from inside or outside, but what made you think you should unstrap yourself, get out of the car, push your way out of the car, and climb up all those rocks barefooted to get to the road?
Because Peter was crying and Mommy was asleep.
Mommy was asleep. And you couldn't waken Mommy?
No.
So when you were climbing those rocks, were you scared?
No.
You weren't scared. You're a very calm person. It's unbelievable. The amazing thing is they never would have found the car. No. I mean, no one would have even known to look down there, down that ravine. Yeah. It could happen to anyone, anywhere. So, mess up your vacation, I guess, right? I mean, it's not, you didn't have that bonding moment, and I really would like you to have that. So, if you're willing to take it, and if Lexi likes the beach, do you like the beach?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna send you to Antigua. 7 days, all-inclusive family vacation to the wonderful St. James's Club and Villas. It's got a ton of water around it. You can practice all kinds of other excursions.
Thank you.
You're wonderful doing this. All right. Listen, today's show is all about the right information, like Lexi proved. But let's face it, if there's a lot of wrong information out there, you might fall prey to it. So up next in today's conversation, I'm asking, what's the craziest health advice you have ever gotten? You have crazy health advice?
No.
No. She's too smart for that. We'll be right back.
Later, we're all guilty of Googling our symptoms instead of going to our doctor.
Stabbing, stomach pain.
If your doctor saw how you were searching, what would they say?
She went from 0 to 60 to stomach cancer. That was the #1 thing that got her attention.
90s superstar Scott Stapp on his struggle with an illness affecting millions of Americans.
I was completely out of my mind.
How his story is giving hope to countless others. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
So what's the craziest health advice you have ever got? In today's conversation, we're going to talk about just that. So who wants to start? Who's got crazy health advice that they've gotten from relatives? Oh, my goodness. You know, with, let me think back here. Oh.
Come on back.
What's your name?
Anne.
Go ahead.
You know, I did this saran wrap thing with the herbal patches. I walked around a convention all day with this sweaty saran wrap around my... I was so, get rid of the muffin top.
Who told you to do that?
The lady at the table. She was very nice.
What table were you at?
It was at a health conference.
Oh, you learned it at the conference?
Yeah.
Did you wear it at the conference too?
I did. She wrapped me all up and I walked around scrunching all day. It was pretty funny.
And how did it work for you?
You know, afterwards you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, but I hadn't eaten all day, so of course I was skinnier.
Like this?
It's like, hey. You suck it in because everybody's watching, you know?
Fantastic, Ann. Thank you very much. Who else? Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Oz. I got hooked on coffee enemas.
You do smell like coffee a little bit. Yeah.
No, it actually was dynamite.
You didn't mind having the coffee up in there?
No, it was a great way to start my Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm not sure about coffee enemas, but if you liked it, God bless you. All right. All right. Where's Mohani? I got one more. Here she is. Here, I'm going to join you, Mohani. So I heard a little bit about your remedy, your crazy health advice. So please explain it to everybody so I'll make sure I'm right.
Okay, well, my grandmother, she was always big on home remedies.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, let me check your ears. Let me see.
You want to check my ear?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Dr. Oz, you can't help yourself with this remedy, nice and clean.
How about this side?
Let's see. Oh, nope.
I feel better already. Okay. All right.
Well, earwax for fever blisters. And it definitely works.
Earwax?
Earwax.
You put it in your mouth?
On your blister. Wherever the location is.
It's right next to your mouth.
Yes.
It doesn't taste weird on there?
I mean, I don't lick it afterwards, but yes, I have to. Well, what happens is the taste is, I guess everybody earwax, does it taste the same? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Don't try to act like you never taste earwax. Everybody has to, you dug in your, scratched your ear and made a mistake and did this and said,
Yeah, you are right.
Okay,
You're absolutely right.
But it actually worked on a fever blister.
And do you think this is working for you?
Yes, it is. Beautiful lips. I mean, this.
You do have beautiful lips.
Thank you. But because of this, I might not get any more kisses. But and I have another thing I can tell you. If you don't have any earwax, go to your kids. You can get loads of earwax to your kids. I mean, I wouldn't go to a friend and say, "Hey, could I have some earwax? I have a fever blister." So you.
So I was so curious about the story I just heard before the show that I asked my medical unit to look into it, and it's crazy. It turns out that earwax is acidic. And there's some research that because of that, it actually kills bacteria. Now, fever blisters are caused by viruses, so I don't know if it'll work for there. But for things like blackheads, who knows? Well, thank you for sharing.
Okay, thank you.
Your first step when you have a health problem, what do you all do when you have a health problem? You Google it, right? You go to Dr. Google. But what if a doctor saw what you were really Googling? That's our cyber experiment, and it's next.
Coming up next, what doctors really think about your online health probes.
What happens is they get these horrible diagnoses instead of common ones.
And later, the right way to find information online to answer your health questions. Coming up.
We are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to droz.com/tickets and sign up. Did I get it right? Today's show is all about the right information, but there's also a lot of wrong information out there. It happens all the time. You go online, you start Googling your symptoms, and in 2 clicks, you read that your hangnail is a sign of some weird tropical disease. Right? It's not, by the way. You've been there also? Yep. I see you all nodding your head, you know who you are. So it got me wondering, what would happen if your doctor actually spied while you were Googling? Pretty scary thought, huh? Take a look.
Why is my hair coming out?
Well, you got it in a tight bun.
Why am I having headaches?
Same thing, it's in a tight bun.
Hair loss, fatigue, lupus.
No, you don't. No, don't go there.
Joint and muscle pain. And I thought it was because I was fat why my knees were hurting.
It may well be.
Throat sores? I have 6 out of the 10 things that are here. Low-grade fever. I have lupus.
No, you don't.
I mean, I don't even know which symptom to put in first. I have so many. Stabbing, stomach pain, and bloating.
Gonna get a lot of results with that. Let's see.
Not good any way you look at it. Cancer.
Oh, we already jumped to cancer.
Peptic ulcer disease.
Oh dear.
Dull, yep, right in my side. Reflux disease, like colorectal cancer. I gotta get a colonoscopy, I gotta get an endoscopy, I gotta call my gastro.
I'm glad you're calling your doctor, but I don't know that you need all of those tests right away.
I can't make it out tonight, I'm sorry.
I was in the shower, I noticed discoloration in one of my nipples, and I thought, ugh.
Poor thing.
Let me look at Google. Signs of pregnancy, what to expect. Nipple changes to watch for.
Oh my God, she's going there.
Vitiligo causes symptoms and treatments.
Amazing.
Loss of skin color and blotches. Maybe it starts here, maybe it just goes up my whole face. It can affect any part of the body. Symmetrical vitiligo on the breast.
I hope she doesn't worry herself to death, really.
Headaches, I've had headaches.
That's not a good thing.
You know, maybe I have vitiligo.
Season 7 core experts, Dr. Minaya, Dr. Roizen, and Dr. Raj are here, and so are the Googlers they were spying on Tuesday, Thea, and April. So let me ask you guys, what surprised you the most as you watched your doctors respond and react to your Google searches? Your hair's not in the bun anymore. That's a start. We're getting somewhere Tuesday.
Well, I guess for me it would be that I had it in a bun, but it was falling out before the bun. It was falling out, and I was fatigued, and then I had like 6 of the 8 symptoms. I really felt like I had lupus, and my doctor had the nerve to be on vacation, so I couldn't even talk about I had lupus.
The nerve.
The nerve.
The nerve. April, did you really cancel going out because of this?
Oh, I'm embarrassed to say I did.
See, I think cyber-diagnosing is becoming the new, I'm washing my hair. What do you think? It's becoming an excuse. I mean, the fact of the matter is you probably each got 100 million results when you searched in things like bloating.
But lupus kept coming up for me. It just, yeah.
All right, docs, what do you guys do? What struck you the most as you watched these wonderful women Googling away symptoms that were scaring them, keeping them at home, taking their hair down because of it? What do you think?
Well, didn't come out simple things. It came out rarer things and scarier things rather than the simple things we think of.
But actually, I was very impressed with you that she actually knows how to pronounce vitiligo.
Well, Michael Jackson had vitiligo.
I know, exactly,
So
but that's very, very good. But it goes to show you that we, as doctors, I think, have to be more sensitive, that you guys are really bright, intelligent people, and all you're really looking for is information. And yes, we have to be a little bit more sensitive that, you guys are asking a lot of questions, which is awesome.
And what I liked, April, that you did say, I'm going to call my doctor, because a lot of people don't call their doctor and they sit there and they stew and they worry and they just drive themselves into a fit. So
the big question, what happened to your breast color?
Well, it's actually lighter. You think of breast changes, things going darker. It's actually lighter and hypopigmentation. And I did go to my doctor. In fact, I said, I need to be seen today. And they said, we can't work you in today. I said, but I have cancer. I have vitiligo. You need to see now.
It's inflammatory, it's important. Carcinoma of the breast. It is
breast cancer. But I got in a week later, and I think he was trying not to snicker.
So has this changed the way you're going to treat your patients? Let's go down the line.
Yes. And no, actually, I love to hold my patients' hands so that I welcome a lot of questions and things like that. But I think that we are taken aback a little bit when you keep asking us, are you sure? After 21 years of practice, about 20,000 women. Yeah, I'm a little sure,
Dr. Roizen.
I'm much more empathetic because what happens is, and so I really appreciate your teaching me this, because what happens is, they get feared, and they get these horrible diagnoses instead of common ones. And so you say, where did they get that? Well, it's pretty common. You watch them doing it, and that's why I appreciate this.
Dr. Raj?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely more empathy and just seeing it, because I Google things sometimes if it's something related to my kids or something outside my field, but at least I have that medical school background so I can kind of more easily navigate that information. It gave me some more insight into what it's like to Google these things.
I think the three of you learned the most in this experiment. That's
probably
pretty cool.
did. Yes,
Thank you all three for joining us. They're going to be our 3 core experts, but we got a lot more as well on the show. And throughout the season, this entire season 7, I'm going to be teaming up with experts in every field to help guide you to happy and healthy. And here's a sneak peek of what's ahead.
They're my core team, leaders from the fields of integrative medicine, women's health, sleep and stress reduction, fitness, nutrition, and weight loss, psychology, spirituality, even personal motivation and finance. We've got all your bases covered. If you're passionate about your health but feel overwhelmed by information, our core team is here to cut through the noise and give you the roadmap you need for a healthy and balanced life. Later, my top 5 clicks for a healthier internet search. Coming up. 90s superstar Scott Stapp on his struggle with an illness affecting millions of Americans.
I was completely out of my mind.
How his story is giving hope to countless others. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
This year, I'm going to guide you through the cluttered, tangled web they call the internet so you can find the right and real information to answer your health questions. So I'm going to put the web solutions through my ozometer to find out if they're effective or if they just might work, or maybe you shouldn't bother with them, because that's all the opportunities and all the options out there when you check on the web. So Louise is here. I've been told that you've diagnosed yourself with these sunspots. You want to get rid of them. Is that correct?
Yes, Dr. Oz. I have done tons of research to find all different types of remedies for these sunspots. It's just a few of the things that I've come up with. And honestly, my kitchen looks like a science lab. And I've tried so many different things. So it's kind of confusing.
This is a lot thicker than my patient charts, by the way. This is a lot of stuff to go through. Oh, my goodness. So you probably have learned in your search that it's called solar lentigo, right? Sunspots.
Yes.
And you've got some ideas that you think might work for them?
I hope so, yeah.
All right. So can I look at your spots for a second?
Sure.
You hold your thick stack of... By the way, when you come into a doctor's office, it's a really good way to intimidate them. You know, but it's worth doing because it means that you've done your homework. So I took this stack of papers and I picked out a bunch of the most common and popular home remedies and purchasable remedies for solar lentigo sunspots. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through them if it's okay.
Oh, great. I'm
It'll save you all this work.
Excellent.
Come on over here. All right. So one of the items I saw mentioned a lot was green tea bags.
Oh, I love green tea. Drink it every day.
Yes, but this wasn't for drinking. Okay. It was for applying on the skin.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts
I'm
about
ready for that? I want to get rid of the tic-tac-toe.
The tic-tac-toe?
I connect the dots. It has to go.
So you would try it even if you weren't sure it worked, or you want to know if it works first?
You know what? I'm willing to try because that's what I'm here for the cure. I need you to give me the cure, Dr. Oz.
All right. So here's the thing. I did my homework on this, and it turns out it might work. When you boil these green tea bags and you cool them back down again, there are very powerful antioxidants in here. And so those antioxidants, I'll put some in here, I'll give you an idea, that sort of greenish hue that the water begins to obtain, that when applied to your skin, or even the bag itself when applied to your skin, might be helpful. But here's the catch. It will take months and months and literally this many bags to probably get the result you want. Yeah. So I'm not sure it's your best investment of your money or your time.
Maybe something a little quicker.
A little quicker. But that
I like the easy fix, the quick fix.
It might work, and at least it's safe. Second item that was mentioned quite a bit for sunspots, and my medical unit researched this as well, was kiwi juice. Do you like kiwis?
I love kiwis. Yes, I eat kiwis quite often.
So here's the deal with kiwis. The ozometer here says, don't bother.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. Here's kiwi juice. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. These are pH strips. Have you seen these? Ever use them for your urine or anything?
Yes, I have seen those.
Okay. So, put it in here. When was the last time you used it for your urine?
I was thinking of something else. But
oh, what was that?
Pregnancy test.
Oh, pregnancy tests. Is that possible?
Long time ago. Dr. Oz, come on.
I'm flattering you. I'm trying to be helpful and supportive here.
I know these sunspots age you a little, but come on, Dr. Oz. Man Crush Friday.
So, that color means acid.
Oh.
Acid is not good. Because acid means it could burn your skin.
Oh, so we don't want that.
You don't want that. Okay. Yeah, you can take these two home with you if you want.
Oh, thank you. I'll keep
scare the men in your life. Yes. All right. And then finally.
My souvenir from Dr. Oz. Okay.
So the last item here is one I'm sort of intrigued by. It was also mentioned quite a lot. It's called hydroquinone cream. A lot of you may not have heard of it. What do you think about this? Sounds pretty chemically, doesn't it?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Yes, I have.
Well, you know a lot about these things.
Well, Dr. Oz, I want to get rid of these so my skin can be nice and clear.
So the ozometer here says it's effective. And I'm going to show you why we think it works on the skin. And again, there's 2% you can buy over the counter. There's a 4% you can get prescriptions for. Your doctor can give you to. But the reason I like hydroquinone is it actually deals with the real reason you have the sunspots. It gets through the skin. So let's look at your skin here. Let's see why you have the sunspots. There they are, the freckled tic-tac-toe pattern you mentioned. Yeah. The reason you have that is deep down, you have these little cells that make pigment. They're sending dyes, like these little pebbles, up to the skin, and they cause that little sunblock that we looked at earlier. When you put the cream on top like that, it seeps through the skin. That's important. It gets through the skin, goes way down to where these cells are. They're making the pigment and shuts them down. It also tends to bleach the skin a little bit. So your skin starts to go back to its more original color. Okay. Those are good reasons, I think.
Those are
but I understand
reasons.
why.
That's what I want.
And I also don't think you have to do it for months and months. and have a whole stack of the stuff. You do it the right way daily, and you'll be in good shape.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to try that, definitely. Thank you so much.
You really like those strips, don't you?
I love these strips.
All right, we'll be right back. By the way, when we come back, I'm going to be letting you in on my top tips to a healthier internet search. Stay with us.
Thank you.
90s superstar Scott Stapp on his struggle with an illness affecting millions of Americans.
I was completely out of my mind.
How his story is giving hope to countless others. All new Dr. Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow. We'll be talking about this tomorrow. Now, I'm putting this list on my Facebook page. You can share it with everyone you know. Here's 5 clicks to a better health search. So say you're online, you're looking for a health problem solution. You're gonna do the following things. First off, look for .edu and .gov websites. They're the most reliable because they're coming from educational institutions and from the government. Second, you're gonna look at the author of the website and see where they're from. Are they legit or are they not? Third, you can look for advertising on the website, especially if they're advertising things that the site's talking about. Get worried about that. Fourth, type in the minus sign. Most of you don't know this, but when you're Googling for things that you don't want, and you don't want to see things like blogs, then you put minus sign blog, and you're not going to get any blog. You only get real website information. And fifth, this is important, click past the first page. 90% of us get stuck on that first page. Lots of information is on page 2 and 3. It's often more legitimate information. Now, I'm walking away from today's show totally in awe of the superhumans we met that were able to save a life just because they had the willpower and the right information to do it. Aisha, you're my inspiration for the show, my superhuman that inspired the whole show today. Remember, healthy and happy starts at home, and here's a sneak peek of what's ahead this season. Did you enjoy the show?
I enjoyed the show.
What part you like the
immensely.
most?
You.
Now I'm really flattered. Thank you very, very much. And thanks for all you've done to make this all possible. Remember, happy and healthy starts at home. I'll see you tomorrow.